Today, Cam in the building, of
Yes.
course. Be here. Shout out to him. Jim was here.
Yeah.
What day was it? Last week?
Mm-hmm.
Last week.
No, I was gonna. I just missed the end of it. I heard it was a goodie. I heard it was a goodie. I gotta go to YouTube to see it.
So Jim was here and he cleared up a lot of things.
Yeah.
Because I asked him whether or not, because he was saying he spoke to him in Joel's, and he was saying that he never spoke to him. Have you and 50 had a chance to speak at all?
Nah.
Besides that phone call with Angie?
I never spoke to 50 before in my life, ever. Besides, that was my first time ever.
But y'all was at Sony together for a while, right?
I mean, when he was there, I never seen him like that. You know what I'm saying? I think his project got messed up through Trackmasters over there, so it ain't like I never really bumped heads with him. That was my first time ever speaking to him on the phone, ever.
In his defense, I mean, he was approaching you calm, but you were already going someplace else.
Nah, what happened was to keep it, like I said, like sitting back, listening.
I gotta be devil's advocate today. I got some of the questions that people want to know.
Now I'm gonna be 100% honest and fair and totally everything. Sitting back, listening to the interview because what I heard was this is exactly what happens. The last year or two, or maybe a little longer, when 50 Cent mentions Koch Records, you know what I'm saying? He say Koch is the graveyard, or if you go to Koch, you're whack, or whatever. So, we're like the only popping artists on Koch, you know what I'm saying? And that day that he was up there, he was like mentioning something else about Koch being a graveyard or so-and-so, so-and-so.
I feel like it's subliminal.
Yeah, but being that when he was on the phone, or basically what he's trying to explain, he was saying he didn't say the Diplomats when I was like listening back to the interview. And I'm saying that's cool, but just say that so it's clarified if it ain't if you saying Koch is the graveyard, just say Koch is the graveyard except for the Diplomats. You know what I'm saying? You leaving too much room for speculation. And it's been an article here, a little article there, and then that day on the radio. Now, I had some problems with Koch, but we was just in the mix of fixing them. You know what I'm saying? We was at the table.
How did get on the phone? That's a big moment for him, man.
Nah, because what happened was...
He got on the phone in the heat of...
Because what happened was we was at the round table, had some problems with Koch, we worked it out. So as we walking out the office, the office is listening to the radio to Angie and so on and so forth. And they was like, yo, you gotta say something, Alan. They was amping him up. And basically, I was like, word, Alan, he's playing you, you know what I'm saying? I told Alan, he's playing you. So, like I said, then the one thing he did say was that he could shut down any projects on Koch, which I have about 4 projects coming out this year on Koch. I got a Duke to God coming out April, I got a Hell Rel, I got a DI3. It's a minimal and a DVD. It was too much room for speculation, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't Koch accepted Diplomats. It was just Koch.
I got a question about how did you know the videotape that was getting ready to happen? Because you caught that on videotape.
Well, that's what I was telling you. That's why I brought him up here to do. My dude tapes me all the time. Now what? He's always taping. You feel me? So when we did it, it was just automatic. If you look at it, when I went back and seen it, 50 was on tape too. You know what I'm saying? So.
Oh, but I think that was, they were taping it up here at the station.
We was taping that whole day. It wasn't
It was just, it just so happened.
When I first seen it, I thought it was somebody from Koch taping it, but then I went back and talked to my dude. It was now what?
Checked it out.
Yeah. And tell him what happened, man. You had a code.
We had a code. Basically, it was left open.
Okay.
He left a code open.
All right.
Overnight, so that it got.
Everybody snatched it off of the internet, and about 20,000 people, whatever.
Yeah.
So people got to it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, what made you go in? Wait. Who? 50 went in the studio first.
Yeah. What happened was actually back to the original topic before the video and all that. I didn't, no disrespect to Styles or Loxa, Shout the Wire, everybody. I just didn't like the way his interview went with him before I got on, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, no disrespect Styles, I just didn't want to sound like the way he was sounding So the connection was kind of bad, and once I couldn't hear, I heard a few slick lines being said, like, you know, I can't recall, but you know, he threw us a quick jab in there politely, and then I said, I can't hear nothing, but I know this conversation isn't going to go the same way that him and Styles' conversation went.
Okay.
So I had to say what I had to say to get off my chest. So that's how that whole thing started. Then I'm putting you on the spot. I got off the phone.
I told the story on the radio a couple times.
You called me about 10 minutes after I got off the phone and said, yo, Cam, you know,
I did.
Curtis feel like he got bombarded.
I didn't say Curtis.
I mean,
don't do that, Cam. Don't do that. Don't do that.
I didn't see
Don't do that, Cam.
like, see now.
Yeah, but you did. Yo, hold on.
No, I didn't mean it like that.
Yeah, but you
It's mental now, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Alright,
come on.
Time out. See, time out. You taking it somewhere else. Like, I'm trying to be rational about this.
Wait, hold up. 50 called me.
Okay.
And he said, you know, really try to keep it smooth.
All right.
That was his real talk, and he was talking real, wasn't no side talk. And you know, I felt like he wanted to get on the phone and kind of talk to you. And then you gave me a number. I gave the number to 50. And I don't know if I gave you his number. I
You
might
called
take
me.
yours.
Yeah, you called me. You was like, look, this ain't gonna go down like this. It's everything cool. In other words, it wasn't gonna be a situation like that. So I took like on the real flex, straight up and down, like you.
You was never listening to me when I said you was already past me.
Nah. That's what I was about to tell you. You were like one of 4 people who could tell me to chill. Like, you understand? I respect your word of that much. You feel me? Like that, I really do. So if you telling me, Cam, this isn't gonna go down like this, I turned everything
Here's the
off.
problem that happened though.
But I'm just telling you.
My pager went off, right? And somebody said, you gotta go to YouTube.
But listen, I'm just telling you, I turned the system off. Once you said ain't nothing, I really like deaded it, for real. But then I got
Then I went to YouTube and I saw you screaming on him and didn't see, I figured I knew where it was gonna go after that.
I understand, like, and then
it was...
Nah, what happened was, to be honest, this is what happened. Like, it was the YouTube, and then I would turn on the radio, and people would have their own, like, Curtis mixes, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, people was doing what they wanted to do with it. So I said...
Curtis thing's funny.
Yeah.
I sit down, it's funny. It's funny.
So I sit there, and I say, if I'm him, I'm like, this is starting to build up a little too much. You understand? Period. Whoever it is, you understand? Like, this is getting too much. So I started turning my engines back on because I kind of felt the vibe. I was like,
you felt it was time?
I felt like if this was me, I might have to do something. Even though it wasn't me still coming out of people. Like the way the computer works and everything else works.
Internet.
Yeah, internet works. People would just take whatever they want and turn it into whatever they want. So I was like, yeah, this is getting kind of heavy. Let me make sure I'm in gear just in case.